I guess my question to y'all is, what do y'all think about just the strong level of men that seem to support Diddy or come across that way because they're projecting, and whether or not this is the type of things that the women on the other side are actually responding to and not the Diddy verdict in and of itself? What are y'all thoughts on that?
I think Jay-Z said from the Black Album, I think it was, all the haters be hating off the trap that I'm making, but the hustlers, they love it just to see one of us make it. You know what I mean? So I think there's a level of grind and of pull yourself up by your bootstraps and entrepreneurship and from rags to riches that when black men see other black men make that journey, I think we root for them. And I think we're very hard pressed to have to turn off the light and be like, dang, he's gonna be great. I hate it. I hate it. It's over. And I think that's probably that alignment that women think. I don't think it's part of the boys club, it's anything else. I think that, we celebrate people who are able to climb and we hope that they climb the right way, and even if we got to take them back down because they climbed wrong, we just it still hurts a little bit. You know what I mean? Look, you got to bring your icons down. He's not my icon. First, let me say that. But for all the people out there who could do the Harlem Shake, because I never did, for them, it hurt. Go ahead.
Okay, so I would say this. I think that basically what we're experiencing is all these black men who are living vicariously through Diddy and therefore assuming that what his pain is their pain because they also did the overgeneralization. And the black women in particular who are looking at this with extra side eye because at the end of the day, they're like, it wasn't just about abuse. It's also about who gets protected and whose pain get priced down to the clearance rack. And Cassie K, she didn't get priced down to the clearance rack. She actually got mad dollars. If anything, she went up to, but anyways, without that, with that being said, it reminded me kind of the R. Kelly case, right? Where there were so many people on R. Kelly's side, despite everything he did or was accused of and in jail currently for, they did the whole surviving R. Kelly story. And there was men who resonated with him too. Right. And so I think that's just part of the whole, it could have been me. I don't know how it could have been you because you're definitely not in the position, but it's like, oh, it could have been me and I would want this to happen to me. Well, that just tell me you on some fuck shit too. And therefore you may suffer the same type of consequences. But I think overall, that's the problem is that a lot of people took this so personal, like it was like they're right there, like this affected them, this hurt their heart, or this did that, or hurt their pride, hurt their ego. And I think that's why it was such a disconnect on the internet between the men reaction and the women reaction and what some folks who was so invested in this and why they're so invested in this because it was like by proxy. They were living by proxy for celebrities who are way outside their budget in the first place. But for some strange reason, because we elevate celebrities to a certain standard, that's what happened.
Well, let me ask you this. Like, I guess there's not a lot left here, right? Because we did talk a lot about this case. We were waiting for this moment. I think in the last episode, we kind of felt a little underwhelmed, right, in terms of the case as a whole. And so this ending isn't, surprising. I guess my question for y'all is, can Puff bounce back? Like, what does it look like from here for him? And I think in a broader way, what does that say about us as a society, right? Because as it currently stands, right, he's found guilty. Let's assume that the sentencing is concurrent, which means he might do a couple more years, maybe let's say 3 years, right? And so he gets out of prison, still a wealthy person, and he was really only found guilty of transporting some hoes. And so do you think he can bounce back? Like, what does life after the trial of the century look like for Diddy? And I asked that question because I think through him, we learn a lot, right? Like, we were forgiving of Chris Brown, right? After what happened with the DV situation, we've been forgiving of certain people. Is it possible that Puffy may find forgiveness? Is there a path for him to be reintroduced into the public space? Any advice if you could talk to Puffy? Say, hey man, based off what you got going on, brother, this might be the route you need to go. So what are your thoughts in terms of the aftermath for Puffy and society at large?
I'm going to say that I think Puffy's going to be A-okay. You know why he's going to be A-okay? Because he got the money for the honeys. And as long as he got the money for the honeys, they're going to keep coming. Look at R. Kelly. He got a whole fiance. This man been in jail for X amount of years because I ain't keep track. And he got a fiance. And the fiance, the family fiance, like, are you okay? And she's like, I'm going to stick by him. I don't care what anybody say. So if we got women, or matter of fact, let's look at the fact that serial killers and so forth get fan mail. in prison, right? I think we as a society always look for that exciting piece or that exciting person. And therefore, for whatever reason, we put them on this pedestal. And if they come back, it'll be like, I can already hear his song. You know what I'm saying? It's like C Murder. Wasn't it C Murder that came back after he went to jail? I can't even remember. It was so long ago. But, anyways, the point is, P. Diddy now gonna have street cred. And for some reason, that's gonna resonate with some folks because they go like, oh man, this nigga got street cred. He done been to jail and everything. You know, he done probably dropped to something like that shit, but he been a street, you know? And I'm like, so I think he's gonna be able to bounce back. He's gonna start rapping some more. Matter of fact, he probably got those folks in jail bowing down to him saying, yo, this ain't what's that show where he had them walking across the bridge to get some damn cheesecake? I forgot what it's called. But he's gonna be like, "Yo, it ain't that show, but you can do some things in here, and I'll guarantee you got an album after a career after this," you know? And so I think he's gonna bounce back. I think our memories are short and we over I wanna say I don't wanna say empower. What's the right word I'm looking for? Basically, we have this image of a certain celebrity, and because he has money, we actually want him to bounce back. We want to see him succeed, as in some people. I give no fucks one way or another, but some people want to see him succeed because he is, at the end of the day, a powerful black man that built a legacy. What type of legacy? Ain't that great to me, but it ain't me. And he definitely have way more money than me. So at the end of the day, before I ramble on, I'm just going to say this. Yes, he can bounce back. I think a lot of it is going to leave a bad taste in some women's mouth, though, in regards to it's going to be like, hey, and the bad taste ain't even going to be about Diddy. It's actually going to be about the system and not Diddy.